Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders,
they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play action here with Dalton. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Play fake. Here's Dalton.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You talk about this ramp.
And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
This is taken at the 15. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. Fields on first down.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game. Big-time arm. Speed so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Now, this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On first down, it's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he
slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And the Rams had 10-3 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
On play action, Fields.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big...
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
George Pickens,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Lockett, the motion man right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
Shifts by him. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Andy Dalton. And his throw is incomplete.
timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Another chance for Dalton. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Zerline's kick is up and through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic first down.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Dalton. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 2nd down, a run to Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to go. It's Fields. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. You know, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
This is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here we go, Scott.
McCaffrey on the counter, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Delay of game. Offense.
Well, you got to think Charles Atwin's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Still 2nd down.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Dalton now to pass.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds downs, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Dalton off play action. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
Now Dalton. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They've got up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Gardner, I think they saw something there. I mean, it came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
And the Rams getting set to go now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here's Fields now on second down.
Flushed out right.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now Fields.
Rolling to his right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A first down throw coming for Dalton.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Dalton.
And that is
incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw. Fields. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On second down, here's Fields.
Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final time. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Fields throwing again.
Looking downfield for Jones. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So we've reached, well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready.
Quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
This taken in right around the goal line.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap. Fields. He's got this to Pickens.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On first down, Fields.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, it's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
Here we go, son.
They snap it to Fields.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Brock Wright from 10 yards out. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
To throw here, Dalton. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Dalton sets up play action. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
It's Xavier Howard who brings him down from his corner position.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
They'll run up the gut with Donuts.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. third down. A shot here for Dalton.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Past the 20 for a short gain, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Now a 2nd and 6. Fields now to throw.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Play action. It's Fields.
And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And Dalton to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A little juke. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Under pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches. When they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. Despite a pickup of 16. Short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain. Still a ways to go, though. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Again, Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, pardon. Football gets tested a little.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Fields.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Back to throw. Fields escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. We're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offensive getting so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Here's Dalton. His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already.
Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Here's Fields.
Flush to his right.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Dalton and the offense now. Down by 15. A minute 50 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Now Dalton.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Dalton.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Dalton. That is incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
4th down. Dalton wants to throw.
Able to find Mims. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll... Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Connecting with Hill.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Terrace Marshall who's able to cap things off with a touchdown.
So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Dobbins with it. On the move past the 40.
And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Big spot. Andy Dalton. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
So now Dalton. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
All eyes on Fields.
Eluding the pressure right.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now Fields.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And just shutting him off there.
And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your